Hello guys, this is Nick from forexfornoobs.com with my midday analysis. If you enjoy this analysis, please hit the like button below and hit the subscribe button below to subscribe to my YouTube channel for more analysis, webinars, and awesome Forex education videos. Before I start, I want to tell you how my analysis works. Every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, I hold a live analysis session. In the analysis, I cover all the pairs I'm currently trading. This is usually 10 to 20 pairs, and I do multi-timeframe analysis on those pairs. Multi-timeframe analysis means that I look at every timeframe I have for each pair. I do not trade all of those timeframes though. I use them for analysis. The only timeframes I actually trade are the 3, 4, 6, 8, 12, and daily. The reason I do this is because price action is fluid. Price is always moving. If you look at a single time frame, you are seeing a single snapshot of price, and that can be misleading. By looking at a lot of different time frames, you get more snapshots, which gives you a much clearer idea of what price is doing right now. This also ensures that I rarely miss a trade setup. I do my multi-time frame analysis 2 to 4 times per day, so every 4 to 8 hours. This ensures that I see almost every candle forming, which makes it hard to miss a setup. I only post my analysis to YouTube once per day though, as I cannot record every time I do my analysis. You should remember, I do not find trade setups every time I do analysis. Trade setups are not always there when you want them to be. If I do not find a trade setup in the midday analysis, I might find one in the next analysis I do later in the afternoon or the evening. Trade setups aren't always there when you want them, and just because I'm doing analysis, it doesn't mean I'm going to find a setup. Also, if I do find a setup, remember that these are just potential setups. Not every setup I find is actually going to turn into a trade. Many of these setups will never trigger, or they'll just be cancelled. Just because I say that I'm considering entering a setup, it doesn't mean that the setup will actually trigger. But when they do trigger, I enter them, and I post the updates to my blog, which is linked to below. Finally, you may notice that I sometimes fast forward through parts of this analysis. I do this when I cannot find any setups on the pairs that I'm looking at. It saves you watching 5 minutes of me running through charts and saying there's no setup here. So I'll just fast forward through those boring parts. Anyway, enjoy the analysis. Today is Tuesday the 27th of September 2016 and the time is 11:09 here in the UK. You're looking at a Euro AUD daily chart. Let's get started with the analysis. Okay, so what's Euro AUD doing? Last week I was looking at a potential long trade here. I didn't end up taking it. It kind of triggered on Friday. I was considering it, but yeah, it didn't look too good. And yeah, it wouldn't have ended up working out anyway had I taken it. But right now, Euro AUD is stuck on the support area again. So we're probably not going to get... Yeah, there's nothing really... Nothing here that I would actually trade. Alright, let's check out AUD USD on the daily and then work our way down. AUD USD is still doing the same thing it's been doing for a while now. It's just stuck on this resistance area but not actually giving us something tradable. So nothing on AUD USD that I would trade. Euro GBP looks somewhat interesting. Alright, Euro GBP is stuck on an area of resistance. It seems to be stalling here. This latest daily candle here is continuing to push up a little bit. So overall, I would still say buyers are in control of price. We can see that it wasn't able to make a new low there. So sellers tried to push down, they weren't able to make a new low. It's towards the top side of the resistance area. So this could just be a bullish move. It could just continue to push up from here. But that being said, it is definitely worth keeping an eye on. I mean, we do have some signs that price is stalling here. And just because it's pushing up right now, it doesn't mean it's going to continue to move up. This could easily turn around and start pushing down and give us a decent reversal trade. Yeah, something like that. It looks it looks possible. I'm going to keep a close eye on Euro GBP. I want to see what happens to this current daily candle. If it turns around and starts pushing lower, I might enter a trade, something like this. Stop loss up here, entry potentially a bit lower on that entry, to be fair. I wanted to kind of start working its way through support before I enter, because there is always the risk of price stalling around about here. So that is definitely a concern for this setup. But overall, I haven't run proper risk analysis on it yet, but overall it does look somewhat decent. So, all right, GBP USD. Let's see what's happening here. Yeah, I'm not really a fan of what's going on here. It's just been stuck at this area too long, bouncing up and down. I'm going to skip that. GBP JPY, indecision forming on top of support. Just want to look at all the time frames, get an idea of what price is doing. Looks like it might be heading down. With that being said, we are seeing indecision here, and this is a strong area of support. I mean, this is that kind of Brexit low. So when price came down to here after Brexit, it bounced away from here, came back up, bounced away a second time. Now it's here a third time. Is it going to bounce away again? It's definitely possible. This low against JPY has not been, it hasn't broken lower than those 2 points since 2012. So, you know, there is a lot of potential here for price to reverse. If this closes in decision, I'll definitely be looking to enter a long trade here. Yeah, good risk reward ratio here. Pretty clear run up until about this point. At this point, it could start stalling. We have like previous signs of price stalling through here. Nothing really major, but it could start stalling. But by that point, we'd already have a 1.8 risk to reward. So yeah, it's actually pretty decent so far. Obviously, we need to see how this candle plays out. So we won't really be seeing anything here until late this evening, or technically speaking, Tuesday morning. So we'll keep a close eye on this one too. All right, Euro USD. Euro USD is in between two support resistance areas right now, so there's not much potential for, yeah, never mind that. All right, USD CAD. Yeah, it's forming indecision up at this resistance area, but that indecision candle is quite big, and this last move down was quite small. If I were to enter short here, I'd want to exit by this point, and I wouldn't get a good risk to reward ratio here. You could just tell that. Yeah, you wouldn't get a good risk to reward ratio. I'm not even going to bother too much with that one. CAD CHF, in between two support resistance areas, so there's no real point. Well, there's no real possibility, I should say, of taking a trade there. CAD JPY, what's up with CAD JPY? Again, it's in between two support resistance areas. Yeah, nothing. AUD JPY, what is that doing? Oh, it's ranging very tightly on this support area. Euro CAD, So very similar to USD CAD. Probably not going to get a good risk to reward ratio, but this one looks like it might have more potential. 1.32 by the time it reaches there. Maybe even 1.5. All right, this one has me somewhat interested. I'm probably not going to take it. It's just a little bit too tight, that 1.5. But if you enter on a retrace, there is potential here. I'll keep a close eye on this one. Yeah, Euro JPY is kind of in between two support resistance areas towards the support area, but not much potential for a reversal trade there right now. GBP AUD is fast approaching this support area. Again, that's a significant support area. Lowest point has been since Brexit. So I am going to be keeping a close eye on this support area, but obviously it hasn't hit it yet. So there's not that much we can do with that one. Can't remember what pair we were up to, but yeah, nothing forming on USD CHF. AUD New Zealand looks interesting, but any trade here would have already triggered. It's retraced a bit though, so let's check this out. Actually, this is not a pair I commonly trade. All right, so we do have an overall downtrend. No, what am I doing? I don't really draw trend lines that often at all. I'm not that good at drawing trend lines. Oh, damn it. I don't want to do that. But as we can see, price is overall trending down. Probably be clearer on the weekly. All right, so I don't really know what part was recorded before that crash, but I'm just going to continue on, assuming that the last thing I said was recorded. So yeah, we have a trend line here. I'm not that great at placing trend lines, but it looks like price overall is trending down. We can see that clearly on the weekly, and indecision formed on top of this resistance area. So overall, this is kind of like a continuation reversal. Taking a short here would be a continuation of the overall trend. Yeah, there's definitely potential here. I'm going to have to run it through my risk analysis, and I'll post to the forum if I'm going to enter this one. Has this been posted to the forum yet? By someone else wanting to enter it? All right, nice. I'll just reply in there then. Definitely has some potential. This indecision candle, the higher the indecision candle is lower than last week's trend. It's on resistance. It's trending down. It's definitely a high probability setup. I'm probably going to enter this one, but I don't want to give a definitive answer because I need to run it through my risk analysis or risk assessment process. Before I know for sure, but yeah, I probably will answer it. One thing I can identify right away is that through there. So price has ranged around there for quite some time recently. So I don't want to have a similar thing happening there. But we'll see how it goes. I'll respond. I'll post my thoughts on the forum. GBP CAD is not doing anything really. Yeah. All right, so let's summarize. We've got AUD New Zealand, which is looking quite good. I'm going to quickly finish this analysis so I can do some risk analysis, risk assessment on this one and decide if I want to enter. Euro AUD. No, why do I still have Euro AUD up there? Never mind, I don't want Euro AUD. GBP JPY. You know, it doesn't look that great, but we do have indecision forming. So tomorrow's daily candle, if it starts pushing up, I might consider entering along here. Euro CAD, yeah, it doesn't look that great, but there might be potential for a retrace entry here. We do definitely have indecision. It's forming on resistance, so this could potentially be a decent setup. We'll just see how this one plays out. GBP AUD, the only reason I have GBP AUD up here is because it's approaching this strong area of support, and the strong area of support is something I want to keep a close eye on. But right now there's no actual setup there, and yeah, that was it. So potential setup on AUD New Zealand, potential setup on GBP JPY, potential setup on Euro CAD, and keep a close eye on support on GBP AUD. That support area is the 167.80. I would normally say any questions, guys, and then take questions, but I want to do some analysis on this AUD New Zealand trade. Therefore, I am going to end this webinar and potentially enter this AUD New Zealand trade. I'll let you guys know via the forum. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you tomorrow. Hey guys, thanks for watching this video. If you like this video, then give it a thumbs up below. If you have any questions regarding this video, then leave a comment below and I'll respond to it. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel to get notified as soon as I upload my videos. My Facebook and Twitter are in the description below. Thanks again for watching, and happy trading.